Welcome to Craft Time Sensory Style. So basically what that means is we're going to be making sensory tools or dealing with emotions each time during our craft time. So we may be talking about how we're feeling and turning that into something on paper and making it something really cool. Or maybe we're going to be talking about thankfulness and finding things we're thankful for. Or making stress balls or sensory bottles or all those different types of opportunities and things. So for the next foreseeable future, each week we're going to have Craft Time Sensory Style. Now, I've looked for things that you could make at home without really having to go to the store to get things. So the first thing that we're going to make is we are going to make a sensory bottle. Now, I know that you guys have probably seen these, and I know that your classroom teachers all have one, so you've probably played with one before. But a sensory bottle is going to be filled with things like beads and glitter and food coloring. And it's a tool that you can use to kind of help yourself calm down. You can't help but feel relaxed when you're watching the glitter just kind of float through the air. So, first thing, we need to go through our supply list, what we absolutely need for this craft. So the first thing that you're absolutely going to need is you're going to need an empty water bottle. So obviously this is kind of a large one, but it works. So you're going to need a water bottle. More than likely, you probably have a water bottle, or maybe you have a soda bottle. So maybe there's a Coke or a Sprite or something in your house. It works the same. All you need is a plastic bottle. So drink whatever is inside of it, and then you'll have your empty plastic water bottle. Another thing that you need to have for this craft is you're going to need some soap. Now, it can just be regular hand soap. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to smell good, anything like that. Just regular hand soap. So chances are you probably have some next to the sink in your kitchen, or you probably have some in your bathroom, I would hope, because we're all supposed to be washing our hands a lot right now. So hopefully you have a little bit of soap that you'll be able to use for our craft. Now, the optional things are what you're going to put in your bottle. So the first option is going to be food coloring. All right. So the different food coloring, you can make your bottle water have different colors in it. So it could be blue or pink or green, all those type of things. So be thinking in your head about what color you want here in a minute. Again, you don't have to have food coloring, but it's kind of nice to have a little color pizzazz if you happen to have that in your house. Another thing that you might want to put in your bottle are going to be sequins, or maybe beads, or any other small thing that you have in your house that you could put in your bottle. Because when you turn it over and move it around, you want to be able to see the things floating in it. So I'm going to be using sequins today, but again, you can use beads or anything along those lines. And the last thing that I think is kind of fun is glitter. All right, so you may not have glitter at home, but maybe you have something close to glitter, or maybe you do. You have a craft stash that you can pull from. So glitter is also going to be an important one for our sensory bottle. So after we have all of our supplies, we are ready to get started. All right, so for step number 1, we are going to need our bottle. So I'm going to unscrew the cap, and then I'm going to fill it with the things that I want to be in it. So I'm going to start with my sequins, and we're going to see if this goes well. Crafts can be a little messy, so you may want to do it in a place where you're not going to make a huge mess. So I'm going to dump my sequins in my bottle. You know what? I think I want a few more. So I have my sequins here at the bottom. So you can also add in your glitter or whatever else. So if you have beads or something else you're wanting to put in your bottle, this is the time to do it. So I'm trying to decide what color I want to do because I have a lot of different color options. So I think that I'm going to put in some purple glitter. Just why not? Oh, see if I can get it off. Oh, again. Be careful. And glitter gets everywhere. So I'm going to put some purple glitter in here. I'm going to put the cap back on. You know what? Feeling some orange glitter as well, so I'm going to put some orange glitter. All right, so I know it doesn't look like much right now, but we are on our way to making our sensory bottle. Okay, so step number 2 is going to be filling our sensory bottle up 3/4 of the way with warm water. So you don't have to use extremely warm water because we won't want to melt the plastic bottle, but you're going to want to make sure that your water is nice and hot. So the water from my sink is pretty hot, pretty fast, so I'm just going to use warm tap water. So I'm going to take my bottle and I'm going to fill it 3/4 of the way. Alright, so now I have my water bottle filled up 3/4 of the way. Alright, so we filled our water bottle up 3/4 of the way. Now we need to add the soap. So the important thing about having the warm water is it helps kind of the soap get mixed in with the water. So I'm going to take my soap. Try not to make a mess. Here. Ooh, it smells clean. All right, and I'm going to pour oh gosh, making a mess on the side. All right, I am out of soap, so I'm gonna go back to the sink and I'm gonna fill up this little bit because you wanna make sure you have not a whole lot of space left over. So I'm gonna go back to the sink and fill up to the top. All right, so the last step, which is a really important step, is we need to make sure that we glue the cap onto our water bottle because it would be terrible if we were using it to calm down and then all of a sudden the cap came off and glitter and water and soap were everywhere. That would not make us feel any better, probably. So we need to make sure that we glue the cap on. Now, this might be an area where you really need your parents' help. You can use whatever glue you have. Depending on the glue, it might take a while for it to dry. I'm going to use super glue because it's what I have inside of my house. So I'm going to take the cap. Maybe. And I am just going to put a layer of glue on the cap. All right, then I'm just going to do like I normally would. I'm going to put the cap onto the water bottle, get it nice and tight, and then I'm going to let the glue sit for a little bit so it makes sure it gets nice and set. So after a few minutes, your sensory bottle will be all done. All right, so after you've waited a few minutes, give it a twist and watch all the glitter and sequins and whatever. And remember, you can use this when maybe you're in the red and you're feeling upset and you just need a minute alone. Or maybe you need it in the blue to focus on something to get your brain working. So these are great ways you can help yourself stay calm and collected while we're all stuck at home. All right, I'll see you guys next week.